Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. God is high, dear. Came home, I went straight to sleep, took me a nap. Got up, ate me some leftovers. And I had wanted to go to the gym, but it's raining. It's just dampening my mood. But I just want to share a little story with you that been on my mind all day. Somebody got killed around my way like yesterday. I want to say this. Do not take life for granted. We all have an appointed time of death. No one knows when a time on earth will expire. So don't take your life for granted and don't take the lives of the ones you love for granted because tomorrow is not promised to you. This man who was the age of 25 had no clue that once he stepped out his house, out of his house, his place of residence to go to the store, that he would not be coming home. Apparently, he got into an argument with a 28-year-old. And the 28-year-old felt the need to take out a knife and stab the 25-year-old. And as a result, the 25-year-old died after arriving to the hospital. They do say that the reports does say that the man who did the stabbing ended up at the same hospital because he had lacerations on his hands and he was arrested. It's so sad that you can't even argue with no one. You can't look at no one without worrying about them retaliating it in such a harsh way. An argument is not a reason to pull out on a knife and stab someone. And so many people feel the need to prove to other people that they're not a punk, that they're not soft, that they can handle themselves. Say they were engaged with this back and forth over stupidity. And that's probably what the 25-year-old was doing, letting him know I'm not a punk, I'm not scared, I'm going to defend myself, and he said whatever he said out of his mouth. I don't know what was said, I wasn't there, I don't know what the argument was about because I wasn't there, and I just know that I read that the man got stabbed by another individual over an argument, and as a result, that man lost his life. Like, you really have to be careful out there. I don't know how other people think, but when I'm on the streets, I'm alert. I try to avoid looking at people, saying things to people. If I can avoid sitting next to someone on public transportation, I would do that too. Because I'm in the back of my mind, and my thoughts are, you can't trust no one on these streets. Hell, you can't even trust family members if you ask me. And some people don't think like that. I think that if I get in an argument, I could lose my life. I think if I step on somebody's foot, I can lose my life. I think if I just look at someone the wrong way, I can lose my life. Those are my thoughts. That's why I perform a ritual of asking for protection for me and my family before we leave this house, because you never know what might happen. Bump into someone, they can pull out a gun on you. Looking at someone, they can harm you. Step on somebody's feet, they can harm you. Any little thing, people are quick to harm you. Sometimes everything doesn't call for a reaction. You have to think, if I react, what could possibly happen? If I chose to go back and forth with this individual, what could possibly happen? I bet you that young man wasn't thinking like that. He was like, oh, we just arguing, not knowing that it's going to cost him his life at the age of 25 years old. And while I was at work, I had this overwhelming feeling of sadness, like I didn't even know the person who died, and I began to pray for that person while I was at my job. And it's something that I have been doing for years. Like, if I see a funeral procession riding down the street, I will stop. And it'll be like my body, I will get these feelings in my body. And I will begin to pray for that person right there where I'm standing at. I don't know why I do it, or why I get this feeling inside of me of sadness. Like I feel the person's pain, I feel his or her family pain that I begin to pray for. And this has happened several times, and it's something that I don't know why I do. Maybe because I'm an empath, I have empathy, but it is just sad that you cannot trust no one. Hell, you can't even trust your own family members, to be honest with you. Because you never know the way someone else thinks. You never know what they may do to you over something as simple as a damn argument. Never take life for granted. Don't take your loved one life for granted. Stop reacting to every little thing. Do not turn your back on no one. If you have a confrontation with someone and you don't feel the need to argue and you walk away, but don't turn your back on them because they can get you from behind. Like I have these pep talks with my children all the time. Like you can't even drive down the street if you cross in front of someone, drive in front of someone, or you beep your horn because someone's moving slow. They can get out their car and shoot at you. Or because you are impatient. You got to be careful out in these streets. You say the wrong thing to a person and they will spaz out because you don't know what people are going through in life. It doesn't hurt to just smile and be nice. Peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love. God is Hadia.